good, good morning to you, to yours. Um, I am coming to you on the last day of November. A lot of things have happened, and some of you know that I have taken a long time to come back with new energy, with changing energy. And what I've been talking about for so long has actually started to happen. Is it the cause or the symptoms of maybe everybody understanding finally what's going on? This beautiful separation that everybody's talking about, right? Where um, how can I put it in simple terms? We, we have the human body, we have the human mentality, but we also have the higher self mentality, right? The mental aspect. And then we have our spiritual aspect. What we are feeling right now with all these flus and feeling out of sorts, some of us are getting ill, some of us have an enormous intake of allergies. I myself, this is not my voice because I'm also participating in actively participating in the understanding of what the separation means. We're separating from this 3D consciousness and we are moving towards a higher realm, but some of us are going to stay behind. Rightly so. We still have some that need to realize and need to learn that it's okay to move away and to allow the human meat suit species to work on their own. We've done everything that we came here to do. And we have taught and will continue to teach and to mentor and to carry that species. However, that species has work to do. And we find ourselves in a spot where we have people saying, well, that's ego. How can you expect them? No, it's not ego. It is that genuine mother instinct that we have. It's time. It's time to allow the human body to experience what they're here to do. This is theirs. All this is theirs. What we have done is we have done a great job. That you need to hear that. Enough have been saved. Enough have come back to relearn, unlearn, and then relearn again. And enough now understand the next phase that they're supposed to go into. But the ones that are here to help, because we have people here to help and people that will stay behind. When I talk about people, I'm talking about energies that will stay behind. There are going to be energies, like always, that serve as batteries when it's needed. Okay, we all experience that drainage. Okay, that's our battery. And they're always spiritual tourism. Yes, That is something that does exist, where you um, inhabit this dimension as a tourist. Um, and that's huge when you can do that, because you're able to watch and to report and to understand a little better what our plight here was all about. Why did we come? There are a lot of theories out there. Why are they all not wrong? You got to think about why are they all not wrong? Because there are so many species of us from so many places and possibilities and probable possibilities and universes and galaxies and worlds, and I don't know how I can explain more of it. But we have all, the one thing that we did do was we all came together to help. That's the one thing that we all came to do. We came to heal, we came to help, we came to teach, we came to guide. And we're ready to go home now. I don't want you to misconstrue what I mean by it's time to go home. It's going to take ages for us all to move away from this dimension. It's not a 1, 2, 3. It's not. So if you're worried about missing the boat, don't. You will move forward when you designed, and that door is always open. Oh my gosh, that door is always open. So what is it that we are doing? What is it? What is the next step? Well, the reason why there's so much imbalance, and we feel the imbalance, but is there really an imbalance? Think about it. I want you to think about this really, really good. Is there an imbalance, or is there a shift? Yes, some people, when they shift, they do lose balance. But what is the most important thing for you to think about, to worry about? Oh, not even worry. That's not even worrying. That's a symptom, not a cause. You know what I mean? So, what is it that we should be focusing on? What we should be focusing on now, before the final release, before the final separation, which people, it will take a while, all right? This is not instant. Please, this is not instant, okay? This is not going to happen tomorrow. What is it that we need to do? What should we focus on? We need to focus on doing the planet good, bringing her up again to a point that it could sustain life in the meat suit, right? Meat suit appropriately, like it was designed to be. It means plant more trees. It means eat off of Pachamama. It means enrich Pachamama. It means giving her Reiki. It means bringing her ritual, ceremony. But we do that teaching the young, because they're the ones that are going to be moving in as we move out with age. Not only from the separation, but also because we are done in that meat suit. Because we age the meat suit because of our energy, our divine energy. Look it up. So we need to, number one, bring Pachamama or Gaia or Mother Earth or Sophia, whatever you want to call her, doesn't matter. It is the statement in our heart that lets us pinpoint where we are. Oh, I know that for some of you, I sound like a mad woman. Maybe I am. But this beautiful hiatus has made me realize just how darned divine we really are. And it has helped me focus on the messages. And I may not be right on all of them, but what I am sharing right now, I am. And I know that I am. There's big changes coming onto this world. One of the things we need to do is do not get distracted. Do not lose your focus. Everybody has known that we are not alone for a long time. So why is it so new? Why is everybody like, oh, running around ragged? Oh my God, we're going to get... People, gather yourselves. Understand. We have never been alone. It's just how we were taught to fear what is new. But is everything around us new? Oh, heck not. It's been with us since the beginning of time. It's just got new wardrobe and brought back to us. Absolutely. They've changed the wardrobe a million times. And guess what? It gets right to our tables again so we can look at it. Get astounded. Oh my gosh. It's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same thing. It is just brought to you once again so it could jog your memory and that you can say, oh, when that moment comes, it can only come when you're not distracted by, oh, look, flying saucer. Oh, look, a squirrel. Right? Right? Oh, look, there's something happening over there. Oh, look, the news. Distraction is your worst enemy. Being unfocused is your worst enemy. Don't partake. Instead, engage your brain and your heart. That beautiful heart chakra that you have, where still to this day, scientists cannot really pinpoint as to why is it that the human body doesn't get charged in the middle of the night? Why is there no little wind up on our backs? How is it that the human body can still live and breathe and do things? It is alive and there are no cords around us. You're going to get many reasons. But the biggest reason is the oxygen we breathe. When we talk that creation is everywhere, when we finally, through meditation, become one with the Creator, when we are passed down that knowledge, that is when we have coherence between brain and heart. And that is when we go, the Creator breathed in a breath of air, His breath, into His creation, and it came to life. Duh! Look how much we have been entertained to forget that. Because the Creator is everywhere. It's inside of you, it's around you. We cannot see it, but we know it's there. It's just like air. We cannot see it, but we know it's there. Open, open, open. Open your minds. Remove the conditioning that everybody talks about. Okay, you need to unlearn everything you learned that had a reason other than to evolve, to ascend. It's now in my age, which I'm proudly talking about, that I realized that the people that made me uncomfortable, the people that made me sad, the people that I perceived did things to me that I didn't want. It all happened so I could get to this point right here. So I am not in the woe is me. No, I have already separated away from that. I have separated myself from other beings that don't work in my vibration. But I used to say, oh, that's so sad. No, this is what I have separated. I've separated the reaction because it bears nothing in my ascension. Envy is not part of my ascension. Sadness is not part of my ascension. Getting angry, having outbursts, not taking care of this body is not part of my ascension. Therefore, I am removing myself from those symptoms of being human in a human body. Hello. It's easier said than done for most of us. But can you do it? Yes. Absolutely. If I did it, if millions of people out there are doing it, through meditation, through Tai Chi, through belly dance, through their spiritual learning, through their sheer energy, through connecting to what is really there, which is not physical, which is not material. Then why can't you? Here's where you have to make the choice. Are you one of the ones that are going to stay? If you are going to stay in this 3D consciousness, nobody's going anywhere. There is no Noah's Ark we're going to get on. There's definitely not a spaceship that's going to come and take us away. And we're not going to close our eyes and then open and we're somewhere else. No, ladies and gentlemen, it is a consciousness. It is a lifestyle. If you are going to stay in this 3D, understand that you are going to continue to feel anger, to receive envy, and it's going to make you react towards it. If that is what you want to continue doing, there's nothing wrong with that. That is how you are going to live. And when you are ready, that door, like I said in the beginning, is always open. Now, for those of us that will stay, all I ask is to make the choice to teach, to mentor, to give the people that are there those consciousnesses, those choices, and to guide them to where it is that they need to go. Now, for those of you that are ready to let go of anger, to let go of depression, to let go of anxiety, to let go of anything that is holding and grounding your body, the body that you took to ascend, what are you doing for that body? You are releasing them. This is the great separation. Not only are you separating yourself as a spiritual being from the body, but you're allowing this species to make choices to continue to ascend with you or not. Not together, separately. To be part of higher realms, higher dimensions, to learn what we came here to teach them. There is no ego, there is no envy, there is no anger, there is no theft and murdering, there is no bullying, there is nothing other than unconditional love and compassion. But for what? What are we doing this for? Why are we shifting? Why are we moving away from this? Why is there a separation? Why? Why? Because a lot of you are wondering why? Why do we have to separate? I don't want to separate. That comes from your PhD living in the body, in the meat suit, that doesn't want to let go. You're hoarding on. You're hoarding anger, ego, worry. You're not only a glutton for food, you're a glutton for the food that makes you ill. Not only food, but also the food, the spiritual food that feeds you. Okay? And it's not even spiritual, it's more mental. So the hoarding of all this stuff that has not helped us for centuries, I think we're ready to let that go. But what is the easiest way of doing it? It's not going to Congress, it's not going to the White House, it's not going to protest, it's not this, it's not that. No. You do it for you. You have to do this for you, for that body that you're responsible for. So that the separation of not only your spirit and the body that stays behind, fully functional, fully ready and able and trained to survive and ascend into a species that can speak for itself and for others in the universe. Right now, this species is not able to present itself anywhere outside of this physical world that is encased so that nothing can come in or out except through consciousness. Once this body is able to release, separate away from this dimensional jail, I guess, or training, then it becomes ascended enough so that it can make the right choices, the right decisions in an interplanetary and interdimensional method. So us that we came to help, that we came to train, that we came to help them ascend, that we came, oh, I know I sound crazy. I know I do. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not all there. Could be my age. Could be that I'm awake. And if you're not ready for this, you're not ready for this. But I think that you are. And you're seeing it. And you're wishing. And you're asking. And you're praying. All those are good things. But we have to be able to understand there are angels. There are intergalactic species. There are things that in this dimension we are not privy to until we are able to step away. And what I'm saying is, it's just a separation. We're not going anywhere. You're not going to do anything to move away from this existence, right? This happens on its own. Is it going to happen tomorrow? No. This is going to take a little bit of time. But we're here to help. Everybody is here to help. Everything is here to help. How do we get the help? We got to choose to receive it. But we have to unlearn everything that we have with us right now. And then relearn everything that is with us right now. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. It's probably a little premature, but the reality is there. Everybody's feeling it. Everybody's going through it. And there is no right or wrong. There is no good or bad. There is only love. And in that love comes truth and honor, integrity. We need to help each other. We need to help each other. We need to love each other. And not only love each other, but love everything that comes with everyone. And if you have to step away because it doesn't work for you, you step away. That means it's not you. It means it's not yours. One of the things that we need to do is stop enabling people. Stop enabling them to make you react. Shows and news, is it making you react? Turn it off. Go out there, walk, take your kids out. Be with your kids out. Not the mall, not the movie theater. I don't know, is anybody going to the movie theater anymore? Are there movie theaters? I don't know. Teach them how to love the earth. And then teach them how to love each other. If you can do that in your family unit, that will grow. That's why we got family units. Teach your young of the ways. Dude, it cannot get any clearer, right? Teach them how to bake bread. I don't want to hear it. Oh, women are thought that they need to make bread. Oh, because it's a woman thing. Get off your high horse. If you don't know how to bake bread, you're not eating. Might as well have some grass. Maybe that'll help. Sure will be a lot of fiber. Wouldn't want to be you. But learn. Teach them to take care of themselves. Their spirits already know about the separation. Oh, and I've had so many emails about my me mentioning and talking about the veil. What is that veil? Let's think about this really, 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 really good. That's another conditioning. There is no veil. There never has been a veil. There never will be a veil. The veil they're talking about is the veil in front of your eyes. Oh, I'm going to give her some conditioning and I'm going to pull the wool over her eyes. Come on, guys. Let's start thinking. Let's start seeing things for what they are. There is no such thing as a veil. What there is your, how can I say it? Your choice to see what you want to see, and then your ability to see past your conditioning. I cannot tell you how important it is to understand this. Wait, where is it? This is the veil we're talking about. They get the conditions, they put it on you. That is your veil. But when you are no longer living in that reality that is not real, hoarding anger and envy and ill intent on anyone, causing all this ruckus. When this little guy, when you choose to remove this, you will see everything for what it really is. We are living just less than 1% in happiness, and we need to be living in 100%. That means that when you realize that the veil is not a veil, it is your choice. It is your ability to ascend above everything you have been taught and you carry in your DNA from the beginning of existence. That is the veil. Oh, it gets better. Everybody says, oh, in October, around the fall, that's when the veil gets the thinnest. Have you thought about why? Because we've made it a choice that in the fall, we're going to let that veil move just a little, a smidgen. It's usually a smidgen. And then we start seeing things the way that they are. It is still your choice. And you're able to do it. Do it for the rest of the year. Do it for the rest of your life. There is no veil. There has never been a veil. The only veil is the wool that they've put in front of your eyes with all these conditions. Get rid of it. You certainly do it in the fall. What are you waiting for? So, how wonderful it is. Today I'm using my Shaman's Vision cards. I love them. And I got 3 beautiful cards, and then I'm going to ask for the final card. We've got the Spirit of Chaos. We've got the Mighty Arrow. And we've got the Warrior Spirit. I want you to listen to what these are about. So the Spirit of Chaos talks about how you are in control. Duh. All right? You may now be at a place in your life where there seems to be confusion and conflicts. This is a sign that the spirit of chaos is near. This is certainly an easy fix. You have an instance of insecurity. Is this not happening in the world right now? Oh my God. This card is advising you that you need to step back, relax, and give yourself time to allow things to come to develop on its programmed time, not when you want to. Okay? Patience. Be more open to receive messages in your sleep. This is where you're totally connected to the upper world for important details to help you through this time. Use your positive energy and strengthen your intuitive abilities. Take control. You've got to take control. This is what all this is about. This is the time. Mighty Arrow. The Mighty Arrow. And this is perfect because this is how to gather your thoughts. Gather your thoughts. I don't know, you can see it there. This camera. Nothing travels faster than an arrow. Back in ancient teachings. But today we understand that thought also travels much faster. So imagine how strong thought is that when Spirit thought of creating the universe, it ended being where we are today. Infinite, loving, compassionate, alive. What then can you create knowing you wield an arrow of your own? Dudes, the arrow now becomes your thoughts. When pointed in the right direction and aiming for what you truly want, you will obtain what you desire. The arrow travels long distances. Be patient at how high you aim. Aiming your arrow with truth and integrity will always yield light. And then, of course, we have the Spirit Warrior, which talks about the courage and strength. And it's going to take a lot of courage and strength for you not to self-sabotage yourself, right? You have a master's degree on that. Let it go. You don't need that master's. You don't need it. This card represents your desires to settle conflict, confusion, and chaos. Hello. That was the first card, right? But this card represents your desires to settle conflict, confusion, and chaos. You are tired of the drama overcrowding your happiness. Dude, this is what we've been talking about. Connect with your inner warrior. What does that mean? Your inner warrior. We already talked about it. There is the human body. There is the mind, which is your higher self. There you go. All right? Connect with your inner warrior by not sacrificing your tenderness in the way you do things. Why would you risk anything and risk losing who you are really? You are really, and I'm talking to the spiritual you here, not the body. We're teaching the body. We are now spiritual beings that I am talking to here. Okay? Remain in integrity and truth by riding on the path of goodwill and honesty. Honesty. Not only with others, but with yourself. Your inner warrior, your inner self, comes to you for self-liberation of fears, doubts, small-mindedness, and limiting beliefs. Get on that horse and ride the path of reality. You are a warrior training to come home to peace and beauty. Listen, these are binkies. These are binkies. This is how we learn to connect to the other side. This is what lets us connect our spiritual side and our mental side and our physical side so we can get the messages, all right? And this, for me, I call these binkies because you get to a point that you don't need this. You don't need, you know, what do you call these? Pendulums. You don't need Ouija boards. You don't need any of that. All you need is to connect. Why are we using these? Because we're not totally connected, right? So I have to bring these out for some of you to get that connection, right? But there's going to be a time, a place where these are not needed. These are tools, tools, tools. I call them binkies because sometimes we get stuck and we have to come in and we have to go, oh, okay. So we wanted the last card, right? We wanted the last card. It says, okay, wait, I gotta show it to you. This is the spiritual bliss card. Are you ready to feel it? You are beginning to feel bouts of happiness and joy here and there, but you may be surprised to know that what you may be feeling is bliss from your soul level. And don't feel guilty about feeling bliss. Soul level bliss. It is just slipping out into your consciousness as it is time you compared happiness to spiritual bliss and see that these two are familiar but very different. Happiness is a symptom that the human body and mental body feel. Spiritual bliss is a soul level emotion. Yeah, it's a soul level emotion. Your spiritual protection is trying to get your attention so that you can see that life can be a great experience. All they need you to do is allow yourself to feel your spiritual flow. You have to feel yourself in the spiritual. You have to connect yourself, not to the body, not to the mental. I'm talking to the spiritual you, need to remember what it is to feel spiritual. You're too honed in to feeling physical and mental. When was it the last time that you felt your spiritual self? You, as a spirit? Probably not enough, and probably not too recent. It's time. Surrender. Oh, that is what is missing right now. Surrender to this feeling and watch how things change for the better. I'm going to leave it at that. That's my Moira's light. Did I put this backwards? Yes, I did. The shaman's vision. and I keep it in this little sack, and I always keep it with me. Um, just for you. So I know it's a long video, but I wanted you guys to start thinking about what is coming. But it's not just coming. You need to make the changes. And you can only do a little bit a day. But what you can do a lot of is find your spiritual self. Find your spiritual self. Separate that spiritual self from the body, the consciousness. Start thinking on your own, fully consciously aware, but in the spiritual realm. The spiritual you. Wake up. Wake up. Thank you for joining me. If this is a little hard to understand, it's okay. If you have any questions, PM me and I'll be able to answer them for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being open. Thank you so much for choosing to be present while this is airing, because you are listening to it because you're ready. Namaste. Blessings to you and yours.